Guys, here's a quick update video about yesterday's live stream. At the moment, things are looking pretty good for the long positions. A few short positions are also open, some in profit, some at a loss. I hit 2 stop losses yesterday from the live stream. One was this Ethereum trade that we see here. It had another upward move here. My stop loss was at 3,200 and it was exactly the same for XRP. But at the same time, I'm now short on XRP again. At this Fibonacci level that I identified for myself, and at the 0.618, the next one is waiting. Unless we now get a massive surge and another parabolic short-term rally, I see this as very valid for us to get a correction to the downside. Why? Not just because we've accumulated a lot of liquidity below us. Let's take a look at the liquidation ETH map as a small example. Ethereum, I'm only talking about 3 days or rather 1 week. But if we look at all of this again with Bitcoin and go into Bitcoin also 1 week and 3 days, we see a similar pattern. That at this point in time we have a lot lying below us. Of course, at some point liquidity has to build up through long positions as well, I understand that, but we simply have 2 CMI gaps here that we shouldn't ignore. And the second CMI gap here, the lower one is roughly at $88,000 and the first one is between $90,000 and $91,000. That means if we look at the liquidation heat map, it goes right into these price ranges. And even over 3 days, if we take another look, we see that we have a very strong cluster exactly in this price range at 88,000. There's really quite a lot there. And right now, I'm only talking about Binance. Because if I look at all coins here, and we look at 3 days and 1 week, you'll immediately see what I mean. The cluster here is just very strong. In many areas here, there are over 100 million US dollars. So overall, we're looking at about 300, 400, 500 million that could be liquidated here. And accordingly, I'm being cautious. I'm currently positioned short. That means I have a few trades open here. Exception, this I also have to mention, I still have a very boring long position that has been stuck here in Bitcoin for a very long time, but has its take profit set up here at the top, right at the peaks. That's one of the things I have here. And then I also have a few trading bots running. These are the current long trading bots. Ethereum is slightly in the red, these 3 are in profit, and the other trading bots are of course still open as well. With Spot Martingale, then I have HBAR here in profit, which I entered into. Astar is in profit here, that one is locked. I went short on HBAR early in the morning. I went short on XRP. I shared that with you. I also have Avi here. At the moment, I'm down 10%. Taro is down 2% here. That one is at break even. Doge from yesterday is in profit. And Zcash short is also in profit. Not just here in the short. Of course, there are also the trading bots that I've had open for a longer time. If you can remember, I've still got an XRP long trading bot open, CC short. Finally, that one's in profit. It took a long time. And these are the 2 Zcash bots that I still have open. That's just a little update. And maybe as a final update, here's what else I have. So we don't forget, these are my CoinM positions, which means here I'm actually increasing my crypto holdings. For example, I've gained about 30 or 31 additional Cardano here. And the long-term, truly long-term Ethereum trading bot, which in my opinion is set up very securely, has generated 1.31% so far. If you want to know how that works, feel free to check out my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Also, take a look at these 2 playlists. Crypto bot trading tutorial and step-by-step trading to become a pro trader. I explain everything there in detail. I regularly do live analyses, and in the future, everything I trade will of course be shared completely transparently in the Signal group. Now let's look back. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm staying short on XRP for now. I'm telling you, we just have too interesting a level here. This massive surge. And we shouldn't forget, XRP has now risen by 20% here without any significant correction. Without us having triggered a Fibonacci level here. For me, it's very interesting right now, so that we can say this move up here into the 0.5 Fibonacci, we'll see if it works out or not. I still have the 0.618, so that at least here, and you can see it very clearly, we have a wonderful fair value gap. At the 0.618, that's why the take profit is planned here in advance, depending on the market situation. If something turns really bearish, you know, there have been some serious issues in the market lately with the US. And if we really do end up falling, then I'll leave these positions open. But otherwise, at the 0.618, my new long position will be opened at $1.94 net, provided we do not continue to rise now. Of course, I'll keep you updated. That's the first thing. Next, I want to show you something, a target level for Ethereum. Unfortunately, Ethereum got stopped out, but I have a target level, a current target level, where I would say if this bullish breakout continues, it would be up here. And that's also where my next short entry is. This would now be exactly this rise out of the bearish structure that was going down here, this short-term move. This recovery leads to a target level here of about 3,315 to 3,490. These are the three levels we have. Why is this also interesting? If we move up here now, we have the next rejection zone, 0.5 at 3,435 US dollars, where I place a short entry, which would simultaneously be the 1,809 target level. But personally, I don't think we'll just go up like that. Here too, I'm waiting and keeping my Fibonacci ready in case we correct downward. So where do I have liquidity levels? Where do I then have the next Fibonacci entries that are interesting for me? That could be here and here, but of course we also must not overlook the fact that we have a CME gap in Ethereum as well, which is very important to keep an eye on. And that's roughly at the 3,000 US dollar mark. That's exactly here. And at the 3,000 US dollars, where were we earlier, that would be a bit below the 0.618 Fibonacci, which would be very clean for me and could therefore serve as a potentially valid entry. We will skip Bitcoin in this video for now. Let's move on. Yeah, with Cardano, unfortunately, I missed this short entry. I missed it and only looked at it in detail again this morning so that we could catch this long-term breakout. We didn't have it here yet. The Fibonacci entry wasn't reached. Take a look at this. No matter how far I pull it down, we did not get it, and now we have reached the 0.5 Fibonacci with the first rejection. It's a pity I don't have a position here. At the moment, I'm waiting here for a possible long entry at 0.36 to 0.3578 if we correct. These two Fibonacci levels here, and that's how I would trade it if we continue to go down. If we keep moving up, I'll position myself with a new short position in case we really go higher. But that's how it would look right now. Rise, possible rejection. If we then continue to move higher, if not, we also have the possibility to get another good rejection here, then a new correction downwards about this far. 0.5, 0.6, 0.8, and then further up. First of all, we have to see what the news does because Cardano is really like this. Just look at this trend since here, right? This has been an ongoing downtrend since October, which just had its first breakout. If it's not a fake out, then of course that would be very, very ideal. Also open. And it's already running well into profit, luckily. Yes. The short trade announced yesterday in the live stream was really very well calculated. With the 0.5 Fibonacci entry again. At the same time, we also have this supply zone here, which we've dipped into several times already and currently again. I'm curious to see if this works out, because here too I'm waiting for my next long entries. Super interesting. The 0.5 Fibonacci, we analyzed it again in detail yesterday during the live stream. Not only did we have this nice breakout there, what was previously support here the whole time, then resistance, and now simply this strong breakout. For me, it's super interesting if we drop down. 0.5 Fibonacci as a long entry on Dodge. That's really super interesting. Because of that, and I think we also looked at this together, that here, so that's how I would set it up. That would be it, with at least this target up here. If not, even let it run further, but that would be my next trade. I generally see Aster more as a long-term position. Yes, position. We do have a small rejection at the 0.5 Fibonacci right now. We have this sideways trend breakout here, but as I went through in the video, we have so much massive liquidity lying above us that it's really interesting. H-bar. Unfortunately, I got into H-bar a bit late. That annoys me. I didn't quite catch this 0.618. But as you can see, that's my entry right now. At this point, it's moving in the right direction. But I don't have anything else here either. We have a bearish divergence building up everywhere little by little. At least here we have it on the 1 hour chart. MACD, very nice. We have it on the other coins in the 4 hour chart and on all the others in the RSI. But even here, I now see the next long entry because it's just so valid for me right now, simply from this low to this high. And then we have another breakout zone. Take a look at this. This breakout zone here is super interesting. Here we've had several rejections, once here, 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 and here, before we had a retest during the breakout so we could get back in here again. As a possible long entry, that is the 0.5. Fibonacci, again, super interesting, 0.11650 with a stop loss. Then the next one at 0.618, for me, currently very, very valid so that we can experience new highs and we should not lose sight of that. But I had something similar just now, but as I said, I was unfortunately too late to get in here as well. I could not wait any longer. I saw that we have a double top here. We can see it. We have reached a wonderful double top here. And I thought to myself, oh man, it's going down right now. Maybe I should enter the short now. Unfortunately, I entered too early. I could have expected that we would hit the 0.5 Fibonacci again, which by the way was also so clean here. Take a look at that. An incredible price drop without a strong recovery. And now at the 0.5 Fibonacci, the rejections are coming in. That's why I hope it holds. But here I'm accepting a smaller stop loss. Why am I setting the stop loss here? Not up to my 0.618, because I only entered later. And secondly, I see the 0.618 Fibonacci as very valid because we also have the fair value gap above it here. And if that gets filled, it could be that we continue to go down. If everything stays as it is, that's fine with me too. That's all great because I have new long entries here at 0.5 and 0.618, which is interesting. Tau, it's just starting to go back into profit. And here too, I see, I've marked it here again, the Fibonacci level with a massive drop now at 0.618, which I discovered early this morning. Unfortunately, I didn't get in perfectly either. Not really my usual style, but accordingly, I set my stop loss quite low. And I have a risk-reward ratio of about 1 to 2.4. And I would include that as well. At the current point in time, and again here, wonderful entries. And the 0.618 is just really, really, really nice here because of this breakout. Other than that, I don't have much open at the moment, but we still have Zcash short. Zcash short, it's just very boring. We've actually been short here since the end of December. It took forever. The trading bots are short, the positions are short, but by now the price drop is overall about 7%, just under. That means the positions are nicely in profit around 40 to 50%. Then I also have CC, where I set up the trading bot during the live stream. Can you see how well that was measured? Here as well with my crit range, what's included here? The whole time in the loss. Crit range, Oberholster coin, but now in profit. In the trading bot, this is exactly the one. You can see here, almost 11% in profit, even though it's at break even because it just generated a lot of crits here. And this one is also waiting down here for its target in case it continues to go down. And otherwise, that's basically it for now. Next time, we'll do a more detailed live analysis again. Of course, I'll also show you when I go long again. At the moment, I'm positioned short. You can feel free to review those parts again. To me, the pump just looks too strong right now, so that at least we have a small liquidation hand and before we push further. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ciao, ciao!